do you think people might notice it? I'm not really too sure, to be fair. I mean, I'm looking at it. I mean, I look like a scruffy fucker most of the time when I'm doing reviews, but to actually have a different hairstyle, I don't know, it's weird, but fuck it. They're gonna love it, and they're gonna love as well that Magi greatness. So it's time for more of that Magi. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got a little bit angry when I saw the 294 at first, because, like, I just put the fucking chapter out, for fuck's sake. Like, and they, I've got to admit, the translators, they're normally late, and they always like to upload, so hopefully now that they had, a little bit of resting time with Magi and all that, they're now kind of getting on the game and saying, okay, we're gonna pump these chapters out, let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm not saying you have to, like, when they come out, immediately translate. I'm like, just do it, I don't know, Saturday, Sunday, that'll be great, just put the chapters out, then I'll be happy and all that, just make sure it isn't just immediately out as the chapter is. Yeah, god fucking damn it, shit I do for, like, the Magi love and all that. So we finally see, like, Alibaba returning, and it's just, like, you get to see him, like, flying out on, like, a magic broomstick, and it's, like, funny enough, like, from what we saw, is, like, actually, like, he doesn't have a Mon sword anymore, so he's pretty much powerless in his own way, from what he said, because he was saying, like, oh, I'll lend you a levitation tool since you don't have a Mon sword. Be careful, if you fly too much, your Manga will be exhausted. You gotta be careful. But he's like, oh, I really want to fly faster. I want to know what happened to my country. What about, like, the others and all that, Oba, Toto, like, all my people, Morgiana, Aladdin, Hakuryu, like, I need to know, why did they disappear? Why is the world changing? It's like, Alibaba was pretty shocked to see the entire world after the whole situation. It's like, he managed to make it to, like, one of the Reign Empire, like, sort of states and all that, which I believe it was Malenia, I believe, which is funny enough, I believe that was in the Sinbad manga as well. Like, actually come to that side of the country. I believe that's, like, kind of how Sinbad started off the trading company at the start. And he's like, oh, yeah, I need to say, like, the town hasn't changed too much. And then he started seeing everyone's, like, using, like, magic tools and everything, like, to move all their, like, get stuff now. And they're like, oh, yeah, I need a ship and all that to get around. He's like, ship and all that, we only use that to slow transports, like goods and all that. If you have the money, you can ride an airship, kid, and like that. And we see that the fucking airship is this massive, like, the technology has advanced so much. This is what Magna Star was pretty much hiding from the world, and Sinbad is fully cultivated and used that by seeing the Empire capital, like, Sistifon, or, like, whether it was called, like, just this giant glowing space capital, and just to see the place just change from, like, kind of like barbaric, like, these guys really didn't have that. They were doing, everything by hand. They were using, like, ships to travel goods, and see how it's changed now to, like, it's almost like, a completely different world, seeing that, especially someone like Alibaba, who's, like, mindset had just been completely different for, like, the whole, like, a bunch of years and all that. Although his body only took, like, 3 years, his mind's kind of gone through a lot. So to see that his country has completely changed in this, short amount of time, it's kind of crazy to see. It's like, look at how fucking bright it is in that nightlife, and he sees, like, the Centuria, like, company headquarters right in front of them, just like this big glowing thing, and, like, I'm not gonna lie, Alibaba's face at the end, he's like, oh my fucking god, like, what the fuck, like, what has happened? So I'm kind of curious, like, what exactly is going to happen and all that, because surely Sinbad must know at this point, like, he must have, like, a bug on Yunnan or something, like, he knows about something with him, maybe, like, maybe he knows Alibaba's going to return, but maybe that might be a shock to him, like, oh, you're alive, Alibaba. But then as well, I don't think anything would shock Sinbad at this point. I think he has, like, eyes in the skies everywhere, either on Yunnan, or if not, he's even got Yunnan himself or Belial, so I'm kind of really curious if he has got that on there, so we'll have to wait and see. But so far, last week's chapter was more interesting than this one. We just kind of got to see what the world's sort of economy is like right now. And we just seen, like, Alibaba just questioning the world. Honestly, not too much happened in this one. I was hoping at least at the end of the chapter we would have saw something a little bit more. But it is kind of shocking just to see it. So, funny enough, I think this is just a 5. I thought it was honestly an average chapter. Nothing to, like, rant and rave about, honestly. Like, nothing to be like, oh my god, yeah, so excited. But it's like, I'm curious, is he there? Is Sinbad there? Like, what exactly is, because obviously it seems like all the leaders are going to be there, so I'm kind of curious, what has Sinbad got to really say for himself? Like, yo, you know who I am now, I'm fucking David, so, yeah, that's awkward, but, we can still be friends and all that. I don't know about Aladdin and all them. They're a bit of a dick, but you will have to wait and see. And just see, it's gonna be weird if we see like like Haikyu, like what, like should I say, that motherfucking bitch and all that, like Yoko in there. So very kind of curious how that's gonna go down. But on that, yeah, this was a 5. I honestly thought this was an average chapter. To be fair, nothing too special to it, which is a shame. You know me, guys. I love Magi, and that's probably one of the lowest scores I've given it since, like, I like to say after like the whole Manga start war, when we had that stupid like Alibaba kissing apes and shit like that, and those little boat like chapters and all that. Those are the most mere chapters I probably read in the series. But even this one, it was like, it wasn't good and it wasn't bad. It was just kind of there. We needed it, but maybe we could have got less of this like throughout it. But let me know in the comment section down below if you're in the comment section about this, chapter and all that. But that's all from me. So thank you very much for watching as always, and thank you very much, and I'll catch you guys next time.